Nobody's on video, right?
Nope, but I did start recording.
All right. This is the mayor-manager meeting of May 12th, and it's now 8:32. In the room is Nathaniel Sierra, Sean Lewis, Allison McKinney-Brown, and Jade Truscott-Reed. All right. Start at the top of May. Oh, did you all see the email from Councilmember Russell this morning?
Yes, I saw it this morning. And I'm actually, so we probably do need clarification on that. So I think that 1.1 million was part of the 2020 budget, right?
I thought so, but I now I'm really confused. So I'm glad she raised it. We need to know exactly what are we talking about? Oh, Sean, did you see the email?
I'm looking for it now, but I have not seen it.
It's about
there it is, 2 million. If we can get some clarification from that on that and get back to you, that'd be great.
Okay. Right. It doesn't really impact today, but right now, but I just want to make sure everybody saw it because that's a big chunk of money.
Right.
Difference of the two.
If we can, you want to start with May 18th?
Yep, go for it.
All right, we do have a study session memo. All the study sessions are the first 4 there. Body cams for police. April 2020 financial review, general fund transfer to utility fund. And I think also in that discussion, we're going to be talking about how we use that 10% potentially for a utility bill assistance program. And then the lodgers sales tax increase and the public comment discussion, some follow up on that. And I have asked for staff to go ahead and pull the results for the survey that we did of you guys. And would you like for those just to be in your packet, or I can send those today as soon as I have those back? This is the council members survey about what their 8 questions of their preferences.
Why don't you send it today, but then also put it in the packet? I mean, so the public has, I think that was the question yesterday of concern.
Great, we can do that. So any questions on those 4 items?
Looks good.
All right, moving on to the regular agenda, we will have pre-development agreement with SKB on the agenda, a resolution for award of a contract to Precision Concrete Cutting for the 2020 sidewalk trip hazard elimination project, approval of an IGA for the construction of the US 285 South Broadway Exchange, and first reading of an intergovernmental agreement with Mile High Flood District for drainage-way planning. On consent, we have the South Platte Water Renewal Partners gas recovery permanent easement for Xcel Energy, and also an approval of an IGA with CDOT to construct the Oxford pedestrian bridge, and then wrapping it up with the COVID-19 update.
Looks good.
All right, on May 26th, we have, it's a study session, but it's going to be a big one with the council budget workshop. And if I'm not mistaken, we are going to be finishing up that CIP discussion at this night too. So would you like that? We probably should update that on the agenda, that we'll wrap the CIP discussion up.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the COVID-19 update.
To go back, I thought that they were that the council wanted to bring back the issue about the mayor charter amendment, because one of the council members wasn't there last night and was split 3-3. And I couldn't tell if they were talking about May 18th or May 26th, but it would have to be one of those 2 agendas, because if there's 4 who want to move forward on that, we're under a huge time crunch to bring something forward.
Yes.
Did you want to weigh in, Mayor, or?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so I wrote down both dates, so I wasn't sure if it was something. I guess the 18th would be preferable if Councilmember Stone can make a decision by then, or at least provide some guidance by then. If not, then the 26th. So I think I wrote down both dates because I think it's just dependent on the time for Councilmember Stone.
Thanks for bringing that up, City Attorney Allison McKinney Brown. Allison, I think we're in a tough spot with this, with the timing. Could you include, well, you did some of it in your, I'm just trying to figure out the timeline for all this.
Well, and there's a possible another ballot issue I've been discussing with IT about, and this one would not take the effort because it's been done by so many other cities. But as Sean has directed everybody to look at economic development opportunities, IT's brought forward that it's probably time for us to get a ballot measure about allowing the city to have Wi-Fi in the public spaces like downtown. So that would require a ballot measure as well. The nice thing about that one is that language has already been drafted by 2/3 of the cities. So that could be a quick move, but both of those things, the one with the mayor, the charter change, that would take a little more time because we're having to change a variety of places within our own charter. So the more time I have for that to get that moving, the better.
Yeah, let's put it on the 18th. I will for sure alert Member Stone to this, and I don't think he's totally out of pocket, but yeah, I'll do that, and we'll see if we can get that. Let's put it on the 18th.
Sounds good. And then also, I mentioned this last night, but just to reiterate, we do anticipate having for the 18th the IGA with the county for CARES Act, but it's possible that that won't be ready by the 18th, but we're going to do our best.
Okay, great.
Do you mind question here, Mayor and City Manager? Now I'm
Please.
just looking, so we have a combination of study session and regular session on the 18th. Looks like the study session is going to go on for possibly just about 2 hours, it looks like. And then we move into the regular meeting. I know that the regular meeting seems to have, it's not a full agenda. So are we comfortable having a meeting that would go past, pretty similar to last night where we get close to 10 o'clock?
Am I comfortable with it? I wish it hadn't. I feel really tired this morning, but yeah, that's a good question. I don't know that any of these can be taken off, can they? Body cams could.
Yes.
Larger sales tax, I think we need to get that done, don't we?
Gotta get that done.
Yes.
We need the April financial public comment discussion. Do we really think the public comment discussion is going to go another 30 minutes?
It might. I don't. To me, this should not be a big deal. I mean, I'm fine with it the way it is with a few adjustments, but I know everybody's got a really different perspective, and it's probably a good exercise for us as a council to feel good about where we are with this. But we could do it. We could move that if we wanted to as well, and do it when we get closer to coming back. I don't know when that's going to be.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt there. I'd be fine moving the body cams to a later date. So let's not move it to a specific date yet until we see where it may fit. Are you in agreement with that, Mayor? Or
I am. Thanks for keeping an eye on the timing on this.
I'm not sure if you know the background on the item also that is another potential ballot issue. Again, it's something that the IT department brought to us that many cities have done, as Allison said, to allow the city to provide Wi-Fi in public areas. It's kind of a throwback to a state law that tried to prohibit cities from providing their own broadband services to the community. And as you know, over half the cities, I think, in Colorado have already given themselves the right to do that. They haven't all done it, but even for us to provide Wi-Fi at the library, the Malley Center, and certainly in a public area like a park or downtown does require citizens to give us the right to do that per state law. So that's the other one that Allison was mentioning background on.
I would really,
What should be?
I'm sorry, Mayor.
I mean, should we put that on the 18th then? Do we need to get that up quick?
I think, yeah, it just came up it didn't just come up for everybody, but it was just brought to my attention last week. If there's any way we could move body cams down and take about an extra 10 minutes, it's not a particularly complicated question or issue, and I don't think that the council will need 30 minutes for it. But if we can move body cams down or put that into an initial report or something so that we can free up just a little time, if we're going to present that, it really needs to come up on the 18th.
I'm not sure if this is what you intended, but I think I really like that idea of providing for us the body cam info and say that we've moved it further down because of timing of some things, but wanted to get that out to us and then we'll talk about it at another time. Or is that not a wise way to go at it?
I think that's fine. We've put that into written format in the past, and I think what the council really asked for was for us just to update that 2017 report. So putting that in writing, getting that out to the council, at least from my perspective, and Sean's gonna have to weigh in for his team.
It's already done.
Okay.
So we absolutely can do that.
Oh, let's do that and then just let's move it down then to maybe it's the 8th, June 8th.
That works for us.
And then let's put the Wi-Fi, downtown Wi-Fi or whatever city Wi-Fi stuff on the 18th. Is that what we need? And that wouldn't take more than 15 minutes, right?
No, it won't take more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, there won't be decisions on how to put the language on or anything. It's a very straightforward question.
Do you think the lodger sales tax increase is going to take 30 minutes?
I think not.
I was going to say it's 5 very straightforward questions, and based on the last conversation, I think that we've captured what the council wants us to bring forward. So it's basically an up or down on the 5 elements of the question. And if council quickly moves through each of those 5 elements, it could be a very quick turnaround.
Okay. Well, let's leave it the way it is, but we'll try and move through it quickly. So we have mayor question on the 18th added, and then the County CARES Act if that comes forward. But that's actually going to go, yeah,
Right.
That'll be at study first. Is that what you're saying, Sean?
No, we would just take it directly to regular session if that's okay.
Yep.
To keep it moving. It's pretty straightforward, and you guys, I think, know the purpose and intent.
Yeah.
Right.
A thought from yesterday just came back to me about the COVID-19 update. That was a phenomenal dashboard last night that we got a peek into, and I got really interested. I wish I could go on that dashboard and play around in it. Question about, and I actually am going to be on the Tri-County call today because I have an asynchronous class, so students are doing something else, and I can jump in on 2. My question is going to be for them, what are our plans now going forward for when the second round hits us? Because we know it will, and I want to know what our strategy is and how we're going to start to direct people for that, because I hope we don't have to go back to stay at home, but that we have really clear ideas of how we're going to isolate and help people. So I'm hoping that we'll get some ideas about that today. Do you think we will? And then I'd like us to share with council whatever we find.
Yeah, it's a great question, and yeah, I'm hope I like you hope there's a plan for that. I did want to say based on a request from Councilmember Wink, to me following that presentation. I have asked for that document or a PDF of what they presented and or web links, because I think a lot of that was web-based information. That way I can send that to you guys and you can dig into it. I thought that was a good suggestion from Councilmember Wink.
If it's an open link, man, that would be really nice. Yeah, because you can't get that far down in their site.
I don't think so, but I think if she can PDF some of that information for us, that'd be great. She had already committed that she was not going to show us anything that was confidential because she knew that it was a public meeting.
Right. Okay, go on to the 26th then.
We did 26.
Did that.
Okay, June 1st, policy discussion on emergency aid to other agencies. Police oversight board discussion, procurement policy, best value, and the homelessness study update. And then on regular, we just have one item so far, and that's the contract for water treatment plant risk and resiliency study.
So should we move the police cams to the oversight board and then move the oversight board down? Which one seems most important, do you think, Nathaniel, for the council?
For the budget, I do want to just mention that certainly the one that has the most budgetary impact is the cameras.
Right. Well, so I think, yeah, so I think that should take precedence just for the budget item. And just
Right.
Like, for the body cams. So I think body cams would be more pressing in a sense than the oversight committee.
Yeah. So Jade, sorry to keep having you move things around. If y'all are okay, Sean, do you care? Or Allison?
No, we'll just switch those June 8th, June 1st to the 8th and vice versa.
Yeah, that seems like that's a good way to do it then.
Well, just real quick regarding that decision, which one's more likely to take longer? The body cams or the oversight? Because
The oversight. Just one moment. The oversight, because it's complex. What does oversight mean? Exactly what the scope of that is. It's just a much more complex issue, whereas the issue with police body cams has been gone over, and mostly that's just an update.
okay.
Thanks. Let's do that. I'm gonna go on.
Sure. I forget which, okay, we're on the June 8th now, right?
Well, June 1, the regular.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Well, the water treatment plant risk and resiliency study is on the regular session for June 1st. So on June 8th, we have the Downtown Matters and Downtown Development Authority update, and then an update on Title 16 community outreach. And that's the RFP that you guys asked to see. The board and commissioner reviews will be that night with the deadline on the May 11th. And then now we've moved the police oversight board to this meeting. Questions?
I guess it's kind of a question. Well, it's, I guess, a comment. So June 1st is the 100-year anniversary of the election. Have we decided anything on that? It's off topic, but didn't know if we were planning on doing something during the regular session as well.
Well, we've essentially, based on the city council, the mayor manager meeting from a couple of weeks ago, have taken that off. I thought we decided that it was probably not wise to try to do that.
We could certainly acknowledge it that night. I mean, is it that very specific day?
I can't remember which day, but that was the closest date to this actual day.
Maybe we can certainly acknowledge it and then talk about what we're going to do next with it sometime in the year, which we might not know by then.
Yeah, I'll ask Christina to give us an update on that. By the way, in the absence of Dorothy, you're going to have to pause for me to write notes to myself now. Okay. On June 15th, we have the website overview, and that's the one that I should ask you guys, was that okay with you all to include that? I know that was a request of Councilmember Wink, and we didn't have a lot of time to discuss it, but it shouldn't take too long, and just want to make sure that's okay to put on the study session for June 15th.
Yeah, I don't think that's I think it's a good update. I don't see it quite like the other items on our topics
Right.
list.
Yeah, it's more informational as
Yeah,
opposed to
keep us-
direction.
I mean, it's something we interact with a lot, and
Mhm.
we should be aware of what's happening. And
Okay.
I think she's the only one that really jumped in to give feedback, right?
Yeah, she's actually serves on our website review committee, so
Yeah.
she's very
Yeah.
up to date on that. All right, moving on to the utilities funds overview. That's also on the study session. And then on the regular session, we have the DDA election ordinance. That would be a first reading on that. And then new appointments approved by a city council resolution. That's your boards and commissions. And contract renewal for Martin and Wood. And that's for going to the sewer, water and sewer board on June 9th.
Yep, and that is not a duplicate. I accidentally put Martin Wood twice. It is a second one. The second one will be going to their attorney that they keep on retainer, I believe. So I will get that correct name in there shortly. Sorry.
Great.
Good.
All right, moving on to June 22nd. Organized garbage collection subcommittee membership.
That's right.
What's that?
I said, oh, that's right. This has been in the wings for a while.
Yes, definitely. And then that will be June 22nd. We'll have our fateful May 2020 financial overview. Hopefully it won't be as bad as April, but possibly. Any questions on those? July 26th, we have a public hearing. Looks like it's from planning. I'm not sure what that's for.
July 6th, you mean, right?
Sorry, July 6th. Thank you.
I was gonna say, isn't that for the DDA?
It could be.
I
Jake,
believe
can you,
so.
yeah, update that. That'd be great. They probably didn't get you the information yet, but let me know if you need help on that.
Will do.
And
Thank
then
you.
we'll also do the new appointments, just recognizing them. Could be virtually. Who knows? And then the only other thing we have is July 20th, second reading on the DDA election ordinance.
Mayor, does it make sense to start tentative dates if we were to move forward with the language for the mayor, getting the mayor elected by the voters? So we have
You
first,
broke out a little bit there. So what did you ask? Or maybe I broke out.
I was gonna say, does it make sense to start putting in tentative dates? I think this kind of goes to your timeline discussion about if we were to put the mayor being voted by the citizens. So putting a first and second reading as well as a public hearing. I'm not sure if I'm using public hearing correctly, if that's the terminology we used yesterday, but
I'd rather not put it in right now, but I do think we need to have tentative dates. I'd rather have the conversation than have people think we've already put it in.
that's fine. Maybe we could put it at the bottom then, where it's not showing up on a schedule, on the actual schedule.
That's a good idea. Sorry, yawning.
Why is that, Mayor?
I don't know. I have coffee in front of me here.
I'm on my third cup.
It was a good meeting last night. Everybody was really
Yeah, I thought so.
helpful. It was just a little long. This is such a great council in terms of being real troopers to stick in with it.
For sure. I also wanted to ask you all, as you know, with Dorothy leaving, I've been looking at different organizational structures, just frankly minor tweaks to the city manager's office, based on the fact that at least for some extended period of time, I'm going to have at least almost twice as many direct reports, and looking at the way the city manager's office is structured to try to reduce that number. I need to brief you guys on that, but my plan is right now is to send that to you on Friday as an update, as part of my city manager's update, just as an attachment. You may remember I did the same thing to inform council about the utilities and South Platte Water Renewal Partners reorganization. But just wanted to let you know that I could brief council on that at a meeting, but there are no departments being changed, merged or created or anything like that. It's simply divisional changes within the departments.
Okay. As you talk about Dorothy moving into her next journey of work, non-work, how could we celebrate her in some way that's, I know she doesn't like that kind of thing, but she's just done an amazing job, and I would hate to have her just so quietly go away.
I know, it really is a little devastating to all of us. I will, if I can, let you know offline some of the things that we're doing, as some of them are surprises, but you're right, we will not be able to gather. Yeah, let me talk to Chris Harguth, who's helping with some of that, and how we can involve council on that, in that possibly.
Super. Sounds good.
Yep, I'm good with that.
All right, I know that Othaniel has to leave, so do we have anything else that's pressing for this? And
No, I think I'm good with this.
And then I don't think there were any council requests last night. Were there? I didn't.
I didn't get any, except for Councilmember Russell's request to send that survey data out, which I'll do today.
Well, she didn't want the survey.
Oh, I mean the results of the survey. Sorry, of council public comment feedback. I thought she wanted those results. Did I misunderstand that?
Well, I think I'm confused now, but I think we need to send it out. We did it, and we'll talk about it publicly. So I might be confused on what she was asking for, but
well,
yeah.
I'm just seeing an email that actually we have 2 council members who haven't finished that, so I may not be sending that out today after all. But we'll reach out to them and ask them to fill out the second revised survey.
Okay.
Nothing else from staff.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, this was good.
All right. It's 8:59 and the mayor manager meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Great day.
The sun
Bye.
to come out.